Whoa. Whoa, whoa, whoa. That happened again. Every time I'm trying to set my phone up and I accidentally hit the go live button, so here I am. You guys used to watch me screw around with my broken tripod. Look at look at this. This is the third tripod that this has happened to. The third. So, you guys, if you want, feel free to buy me a buy me a tripod for my phone. Donate one to me. You don't have to buy it, just donate it. It's different. I don't know where you get it. I don't care how you get it. Hustling for it, buying it, stealing it. I don't care how you get it. Give me one. I need it. I need it. Look at this is gone through over the years. Three of these things. How, why does that happen? Let's break off. Very frustrating. Ah, but I can still works with two rather than three. So it's a bipod. I've turned my tripod into a bipod. Anyways, yeah, let's talk about the Carrington event, which is in line with a lot of different things occurring, like right now, like today, like not today, but like you know, in this now area, this area of space we're in. Um, we'll talk about centrifugal. Yeah, this could I could show you here centrifugal and centripetal forces. Yeah, it's a kind of, actually that's kind of nice. That's kind of if it was bigger, you'd understand. It's a spiral. It's a it's a condensing of energy within space, which is also like time. So people, time is speeding up. What you call zero point field. It's a lot of ways to explain the same idea that's used under because well not under but within different systems of language. Yeah, somebody speaks very scientific language versus somebody that speaks somebody. I mean, even within the scientific community, people that are scientific, right? You got the new agey people that say it's it's a plasma event. Then you've got the people in, and I wouldn't call that new age. I would say that's probably the most correct term, plasma event. Then you got the scientific people. They call it a corona mass ejection. Then you've got the people that are biblical and everything's an apocalypse, apocalyptic event. And, uh, and then there's weirdos like me who like to also look at it from about 30 different levels, meaning that an event that takes place because all of reality is holographic. And that holographic thing, what we see as time, is a reproduction, how long it takes to reproduce an idea. It's like a bubble that produces another bubble. So time doesn't, light that doesn't move, it reproduces itself, much like ideas. As you think something, a bubble, think of comic books, a bubble's coming out of someone's head, wah, 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 and it's a big bubble. You can change whatever's in that bubble at the end, but you change it here first. And in the same way, time works like that, and events work like that. But there is a source for that, and it's always in every one of those little bubbles going up to there. It's containing the same packet of information, and that packet of information can be seen within different octaves in the universe. So, what this means is, I can say the Carrington event, and I can say there's some things going on with memes. Right? They're called the Karen, like the Karen memes. I think it doesn't work this way, but it does. It's it's a it's a symbolic reference to something. Words are keyed to other words. Those words are symbols or sigils unto themselves that are keyed to other events. So Karen and what that represents, what that idea, that meme, that the Karen is a is a is a mess. It's a loud, obnoxious, spastic. She is unto herself the Karen, and just an absolute like what a ball of uh, you know what it is? It's a water balloon. She's a water balloon filled with pig shit and vomit. and it's just getting too big and it pops. That's what a Karen event is. That's what Karen is. Everybody knows this. You can see the manager, all this, That in reference to what is the Carrington event? It was the 1859 event that was essentially a plasma apocalypse, which a lot of people point to all of the mud flood stuff. Well, this event might have been more along the lines of a plasma electric magnetic discharge. The plasma apocalypse might have been equivalent to what you call the mud flood theory. Maybe it wasn't exact. Maybe part of it was mud floody, but part of it was the electrical grid system that we live on, and all of these giant buildings that were capacitors. If you understand this from an electrical engineering standpoint, that we live on top of a motherboard, on top of a computer system, that when this energy changed within the system and went up, changed the corona mass ejection, the discharge, the Carrington event, it melted and burnt down cities, and it melted rock, it melted stone. You can use high voltage to melt things that you'd go, oh, you can't melt a rock with fire. You know how hot you got to get that fire? But with electricity, you can put a lot of amperage through something and cause it to melt. So maybe this is what happened. Now, if we consider that in the terms of what is Karen, she is just a crazy amount of ball of ridiculous energy that causes it wreaks havoc. It wreaks chaos. So I look at things that way. So we can look into. It's always interesting when I'm making a video. It's always interesting, and it just shuts off. It's really weird. Whatever. So I look at it from that standpoint. There is the Karen, and there's the Carrington, and then I also look at you look at newspaper events and articles that are occurring. Look in the quotes and see what they say in gematria. And key and code these things out to things. You could look at all sorts of different, because it's hyperdimensional, meaning in the same sense of holographic, meaning that bubble that keeps expanding from one point of reference. If I put something into a prism and it takes that and it turns it into like a bunch of different, it's the same thing, but it goes through this and the light hits all this and it goes and it's broadcast like that. It's all the same thing. See, but what happens in reality is you see it as a bunch of different octaves. You see it as a bunch of different events or a bunch of different things that are occurring. But it's all occurring simultaneously out of what we consider the one source mind, the larger mind that we live inside of, that is also connected to us. So we are holographic to that. And so we affect the larger mind, the larger computer, if you'd say it that way, in both ways. It's a two-way street. It's learning, the AI and the system, whatever, even if it's not AI, if it's an organic system, learns from us and we learn from it. It goes back and forth forever and ever and ever and ever. And so there's some people are just going, no, that's not how it works. They think they know what's going on in reality. Reality does, just because you think it's not going to alter your higher self. Call it your higher self, call it God, call it whatever that stuff is out here. You made it. God made it. The universe made it. The higher self made it. The system. It doesn't matter what you hear your lowered self, your lowered down version, not knowing everything. Just because you think something doesn't mean it's so. You already built a better system. God, the AI, the devil, the universe already has a better, your high, all of that altogether built a better system, and it's already in place. Just because you think things work a certain way, you think time works the way you think it does in some linear fashion, it doesn't matter what you think. Your thoughts are pointless, because they're not your thoughts, they're just going by, and you grab onto one of them and you just, is this right? Sometimes you'll be in the ballpark of saying something right, but most of the time people are just like, they want something to be a way it's not, and doesn't. The system doesn't care what you want. The system will give you what you want and what you desire. You'll always get what you want in the timing it takes to get to you. But as far as the mechanism for it working and for it functioning, you, who cares what you think? Your thoughts are garbage. In the larger scope of what's going on. It'd be like a 5-year-old telling me how to fix an automobile. This has never worked on a car before. You know, oh, you put that. You're gonna show me how to do this. You want to go fix that car? That's like literally talking to most people. It's like talking to a 5-year-old about fixing. How about let's make it even more difficult than a car. You know, let's put together an airplane, a rocket ship, whatever. Something really beyond your scope of like could a 5-year-old put a car together that's never even worked with the tool? The answer is pretty much probably no. Like no, and make it even more difficult than that. Put the how about CERN? Go send your child, your 5-year-old out. That's like when I'm trying to explain something to somebody that's telling me they think they know how this shit works. You don't. You want it to work a way, but it doesn't. So just remember that. But there is something in place, the system and the mechanism for the way the universal law. It's not laws in the universe. There's one major law, and then there's like what you'd call as demigods, sub systems that are running. But as far as getting what you want in the universe, you can have it. But there's also larger clocks and gears and spokes and things that are. It's already the mechanism's already in place. You designed it. When you forgot. It's like remember when Great Scott, he falls off the toilet, hits his head or whatever. Oh, yeah, you know, it's like you ever forgot what went took a nap, you know, you forgot everything about your dream. Well, you're like in a dream, you forgot everything about reality that you designed. And I'm trying to explain that from many different levels, and I enjoy doing that part, the decoding it from. Somebody says something is so disparate. I believe the word is disparate, like so over there, like not connected from something, but it's not. It's showing you another. I like to use the word octaves here. It's showing you what. If I hit the C on a piano, it's within 1 octave. It's 528 hertz. Let's just say that's the sound. I don't know what the sound is. Could be completely wrong. 528 hertz. C. If I keep going that way, the note gets higher, up the octaves, until I get to a point where I would hit a key in a piano and it would produce a smell. It would. The frequency and its oscillation of the atomic thing is giving me what I hear is the sound of C. But if I keep going that way, it will produce a vibration that will give me what we see as 87 megahertz, or 87 not megahertz. Well, yeah, I guess so. 80, like it will give you a multiplicity of 528. Then let's go all the way up there to a really big number where the oscillation is different. Holy, so you're telling me that is the same thing? So we can say the C note, hit a C note here. Doom, doom. It's a C note, yes. We can. It's just up 1 octave. But keep going. You go to the place you smell something. You go to the place where you actually see light. Light is an octave. Light is no different than a sound. It's no different than a smell. Same thing. So in the same way, we can look at these events and these things, and you're just on different octaves. You're just in different vortexes of energy. Your body is a vortex and compresses centrifugally a force to turn you into a body of octaves. You're in a bunch of different octaves. Think about it. You have organs in you. You go to the church, you play an organ. There are sounds. There are energies within you, in your gallbladder, your liver, your kidneys, your spleen. You got the smaller ones. These your lymph nodes. It's all of your body. These are sound and energy. These are energy centers. People call them chakras. Spinning vortexes of energy. Spinning vortex of energy. Sounds like a centrifugal system of collapsing into a black hole. Wow, look at space-time. That's what they say. Everything's a black hole. It is. It's pulling energy into you. You can't find the center point of it. You can never get there. Keep doing math. Here's an example of trying to explain how this. It's a fractal. A fractal can go as far that way as you want and as far in as you want. Take a circle. Take an apple pie. Slice it in half. Slice that half in half. Slice that quarter. Slice that eighth. 16th. 32nd. 64. Okay. The pie is really thin. Cut it again. You can. You can continually. You're gonna go. I can't do that with a knife this big, but on an atomic level, you can keep going to get. But there's got to be this. You can't even slice that in half. Yes, you can. You can continually do that. And that is the octaves, and go in the other direction. So you're participating. What is going on? I just seen Luke Travis. That's the first thing I've seen. Are you reading the chat right now? I can. What's up, Luke? Yeah. The universal principle of 432. 432 is the to me it seems to be the proper tuning for a billion reasons. I mean if you're asking that, then you've already done the research on it. It's correct. You're just out of. I mean, you can see it through the cymatics. You're out of. If you're at 440, it's just slightly off that the sound is it's imperceptible to most people, but if you actually look at a cymatic of that sound, it's going to discord. It's a disharmonic. It's a dissonant. You know, it will sound fine because it's just slightly off, but it's like 432 pooch, and all of a sudden you have a shape that you're making. So it's a creative. It's creative. It's a creative energy because it's forming. It's an information portal at 432. It's like if you were creating a portal to somewhere. If you want to tune in a radio station, the radio station is 97.93115. If you can get the dial, you could dial it right in. But it's a 97.9, right there. If you're at 97.95, you're not. It's going to be a little bit of static there. You know what I'm saying? And that's what all instruments are tuned to have a little bit of static that's imperceivable, but doesn't allow for creation of the harmonic won't allow for a proper information. It's not going to allow for the formation to be orderly. It makes it chaotic. 440 makes things chaotic. And if you understand 440, 4 plus 4 is 8, right? You get into the math. It's infinitely, it's infinite. 8 is the number for infinity. It just goes on. It's a 8 is you got to get to completion somehow. You know, 9 is completion. You're just stuck at 8 infinity. Like it's just a loop. It just loops you inside of in a space that isn't. You can't. If you were creating a vortex or a doorway to another dimension and you were off slightly with your math, the doorway wouldn't open. But if you put it correctly there, you'd have a passage. It would take shape and create a doorway for you. It would inform that here, put the atoms this way, and there's a doorway, because the math was done correctly and the sound was put out correctly. You ever hear somebody sing that sucks at it? Ugh, ugh, ugh. If you're somebody who's nice at singing, it's a big difference. Even if it's just a slight little bit. Yeah. So 4 plus 3, 7 plus 2, 9, completion. 432 is based on 9, 3 6s and 9s. Even Tesla said it, right? If you believe in all that, if Tesla existed, but yeah, it's still there's mathematic harmonies in 3 6s and 9s. It's triangulation. Yeah. So there you go. Yeah, 432. Or we could use 528. That's on my arm. I'm not gonna. 528. That's another one. Try. Do you play piano? Or you play guitar? What do you play, Luke? Try tuning to 528. That's a fun one. 8 plus 2, 10 plus 5, 15. 5 plus 1 is 6. So you're tuning to the 6. 528 is 6. 432 is the 9. And what's the other one? Was it 417? Yeah. 7. Yeah, 417 is the other one. So you 417, 528, and 432. 417 is 7 and 4, or 7 and 1 is 8, plus 4 is 12, 2 plus 1, 3. So there's your 369. 417, 528, and 417, 528, and 432. Those are the three major ones to tune things to. Yeah. Yeah, 442, 528, and try 417. 417 probably will sound a little more, 520, you'll notice a major difference. I mean, 432 versus 528, it's a major shift. But, and in fact, 528 is the shift, I think, to probably, if our realm is sitting at around 430, well, I think our realm is probably sitting at something like what would be considered 440 right now. It's like dissonant. It's like really, like reality is really fucking weird. We're in the weeds, in the first or second cut of rough if you're playing golf. It's like we're just going through. We're in that in between octaves, and it's kind of messy, right? But if we tune it, so we could tune it back to 432, or just go turn it up to 528, or turn to 417 would be over here. But I think that's the entry point to the next realm, because 528 is connected to the color green and the forest and nature and balancing nature out, and it is going up. It's a higher octave. It's a higher size. It's a higher pitch. So it seems like we would go that way. If evolution is anything, and consciousness is anything, it's going towards harmonic resonance at a higher value. I mean, drums and low, ELOs and electric light orchestra, ELFs, are good. We still need bass. How low could you go? We still need bass to things to balance it out. But there's always that song that talks about, the drums of war and the flutes of victory, and like why you gotta ruin my flute solo with your drums, kind of thing. So we're going towards that, something a little of a, dancing with the fairies in the grass. Think about like Irish jigs and folklore, and it's all fairies, and someone's out there playing the flute and dancing and flowers and all. That's that way. Go in the other direction, you see, you get somebody like the drum major, running through the war, and it's bloody fields and all this. Yeah, that's it's all symbolic, but it's quite real. I feel like this is a left-handed glass because I like them. I like seeing the monkey, but they put his little head up here, so it makes it really funky to drink out of. So I kind of. That is the man. Gotta wash that pan out. It's very soapy. Gotta go make a new cup of. Hey, you wanna join me? I'm gonna make some coffee. I made this coffee. It was from yesterday, and I think I put it into a glass that didn't get cleaned. And tastes like fucking hot garbage and flowers. Okay. Yeah. Join me. 4. Okay. I'll be with you guys in a second. Let me get a little bit of hot water going. We'll make some coffee, and we'll get back into this. I guess we'll do a little bit more on music and octave and stuff, as we were talking about even the Carrington event and the plasma event, and how it relates to music even, and what that is in the universe. Funny, I'm not even a coffee drinker. I a cup of coffee. The reason that I pulled it out of the fridge lasts me for like 3 days. I don't really drink coffee that often, but lately I've been enjoying it. Oh no. Oh no. So anybody on here that is again, if this will stay up, I'm sure I'll keep this video up for people. If anybody wants to, feel free to donate to me. You can actually send me something. You can ask me for a PO box or something, or you can just easier. You can just send me some ducats because I need a new tripod. Broke. This is the third one. What's happened to? They're pretty cheap, I think. But I think I'm just gonna try to find a better one because I'm tired of buying one every. I guess I bought one every like 8 months or so. Anyways, where are we at here? Who else up here? Anybody? Luke. Do you play instruments? What do you play? What are you gonna talk about? We're gonna talk about this Carrington event within the plasma apocalypse, within the how sound is part of the sound and light and frequencies, sonoluminescence. Why in the beginning was the word. If you're into the Bible thing, and everybody should be. Everybody should be into the Quran thing too. If you read the Bible, you should read the Quran. But then you should read it not from trying to find some spirituality in it, because you won't find it there. If you read it as astrotheological and how the human body works and states of consciousness, you'll do just fine. If you read it from a very esoteric way, if you read it as a mystic would read it, you'd read it differently. Somebody just walked up to you and was like, here's a book, read this. There's no attach nothing to it. I want Jehovah's Witnesses knocking on my door, trying to sell me trying to sell me their delusion of what their belief of their God might be. I don't care about that. If I'm saying, you get dropped onto this planet Earth, you call it Earth, Gaia, whatever you like to call it, the new Atlantis, whatever you like to call it. You got dropped here. You don't know anything about. You know about reading. You know about words. You walk into a bookstore, pick up this book. It's called the Bible, and read it. What would you get out of it? What if you were taught in your school system that whenever you read a book, there's usually allegory, and there's usually a lot of allegory, okay? Things are taught in a way, symbolism, allegory, and you're reading that, and as you read through the book, if you were to read it at face value, that's a weird book. Pretty filthy, if you ask me. A lot of people cutting off foreskins. Is it Samuel? You want to go read some funny stuff? Go read the book of Samuel. Can we read it right now? Anybody want to hear about how awesome their Lord is? Asking for penis skins. Weird people. A lot of wars. A lot of trading women for. Didn't buying women with animals? Trading some cows. Whoa. Okay, I guess. Yeah, they were really forward thinking. They were really, I would want to go back then and live by their value system. It seems really reasonable. It seems like, it seemed like everything was in perfect order. There's no talk of any wars or no talk of anything completely bizarre beyond belief in those books. But if I were to read it if I came from another planet, if I were to read it, and I looked at it as allegory and symbolism, just the same as if I look at a statue, and they're like, the Mayans were sacrificing babies and they put it to the bulls. Like, no, it's symbolically, it's talking about, the virgin birth, which is a story about something else completely. It's not literally that. Stop being so literal and everything. It's symbolic. The bull, the bull is representative. There's astrology because it's energies and it's okay. Now you read it from that perspective. Oh, it's a great book. It's a great book. If you read it like all these other dipshits do, and they come over and they take their Bible and they go, this is what I interpret. In fact, I didn't even interpret it. Somebody told me this is how you interpret this Bible. And I'm like, yeah, but last week these dudes at the Baptist church said that's not how you do it. Well, they're wrong. And then I go to the Baptist, and I go to the Seventh-day Adventists tell me something. I go, well, but the Christian missionaries that went over to Africa that was going, take this book upside your fucking head. They told me something different than the. Okay, so you're all using the same book, right? Oh, wait, you have different versions? Are you reading the King James version? No shit, they're not? But it says the Bible. Oh, well, why King James? What did he do special? Was it Shakespeare that wrote that? King James didn't write that himself, right? It's his version because they wrote that for him because it was a magical. Oh no, it wasn't. It wasn't. It was not a book of magic, spellcasting. No. Okay. So it's a book of facts, but they changed the facts in that book. So you're telling me the book that's the King James version is different than the. So they changed the facts. No, they edited it. Okay, they just make it more easy to read. So they just changed the story. No, they didn't change the story. They just changed a couple words. Okay. But what language was it originally written in? Was it written in English? No, it wasn't written in English. Was it written in? I don't. It was Greek. Oh, you mean you got to go all the way back? It's actually the Greeks wrote it, and his name wasn't Jesus because there was no J. You mean his name was Iusu? That guy? But Iu means woman. Ius means woman. So, or wait, a woman healer? I thought Jesus was a dude. Oh, but he put the U.S. on the end, so that makes it masculine. So Ius. But why did they get J? And where it was written in English? Okay, so so it was then the biblical people hated the pagans and the Freemasons, right? They really didn't get along, right? Oh, okay. So then the printing press that printed the Bibles. Who owned the printing presses? Oh, it was the Freemasons. Oh, so they got along for that, just for there was no editing going on there. So did Shakespeare? Who's Shakespeare? Did he have any hand in writing the Bible? No, he didn't. Oh, because I heard he did. Actually, he coded it right in the book and told you that if he existed, him and his team of poets wrote it to mimic the iambic pentameter. It's a rhythm and a flow within the book, and encode things. That's no. Okay, so you're telling me that book that was written in another tongue thousands of years ago by a bunch of different authors who had witnessed something, wrote something, so we're already a step removed. Let me see if let me go put this hot water in on top of these coffee grounds. The grounds. I guess you call them grinds. I don't know. Grind it. Grinding. Okay. So still trying to figure this one out. This is so the original language. Do you speak Aramaic? Or do you write? How about Hebrew? Did you write? Do you write in Hebrew? So you didn't read the original manuscript written by the guy that you call Jesus that was named Iusus, or is it Yahweh? But even that's so. Is it J or Y or I? Ooh, okay. See, now I'm getting a lot of different stories. We ain't even out of the first page yet, and I'm a bit concerned as to your. How many languages do you speak and do you read? And I'm curious about that. That's always that's a linchpin for me. If call me crazy, but I like somebody that at least understands the original language something was written in, because then it gets translated. And so I wonder about mistranslations, because everybody this word kind of means this in another language. You're translating it, right? Over how much time and distance, how many different languages, how many times was it translated, how many different versions of the Bible? I'm just curious. And why do you know yours is the best? Oh, because your book says it's the best, or your preacher did? Oh, your preacher did. How much money do you give him a week? Oh, so he reads Hebrew and he reads no. Oh, is he Greek? No, he's just some guy that he just speaks English. So he didn't translate it. So he doesn't even have the original copy. So he's got the copy that was copied over how many times? So a bunch of people wrote a story about some guy that actually was named something different. They changed his name, And then they gave him a title of Christ, but people use it as if it's... So Christ is a title, right? Okay, that's a title, yeah, just like the Buddha. Yeah, okay, we'll agree with that. From my learnings. It seems, though. It seems as though. Hmm. I'm wondering. So, we've got the story of some dude. Okay, and I see him. He's up on a cross, which is crazy to me. Like they would do that to the guy. Was it because he was white and he was walking around in where people would be melanated with nappy hair? So he's walking around over there. Like he should be darker, right? No, this is some crazy white guy. How did he get over there? Where did he come from? What was? Oh, he was virgin birth. Like so, his mom just popped. Is that what happened? Just some woman was like, "Oh, the Holy Ghost is inside of me." Oh, I see. I'm just using a little bit of humor because that's what I thought the story was, but could be wrong about all this. Okay, got it. All right. Well, hey, listen. Here's what you can do for me. You can go and grab all of the different Bibles and read all of them for me, and then show me where they don't line up and why yours is the best. Because I really want to get involved with one of these religions. They just seem like they're really about promoting unity and peace and harmony and balance with everything. They're never fighting with each other, even though they're using the same book. They never fight. Oh no, they do all the time. But I would really want to pick a side here. So if you would just go ahead and show me all of the books, and then show me all the sources of those books and all of the language, and show me the transitions and the transliterations of all of the words through and where it started, and then document why were there always men scribes, what happened to the women scribes, and there was some missing books that I've heard about. Just see if those even fit in there, and then make sure the names in there line up from 2,000 years ago, about right, somewhere around. When did they write it? 300. How much after he lived did they write the thing? I'm just gonna show me tell me why there's so many books now and so many people are telling me all about the Bible, and they all have a different story about it, because it's all a different story. And because I really need, if you can sell me this, sell me the Bible, sell me why I need to participate and follow this so-called character, Jesus. He seemed really mad when he was flipping money changers tables over. That was a cool thing that he did. I really liked that part. He was against usury. I like that. Curious about this one. Is that why they put him up on a cross when he was 33? He was 33, right there on the cross. Man, that seems brutal. That was not symbolic. No, it wasn't had anything to do with you. How many vertebrae do you got in your spine? 33? Crazy. This is just coincidences. Crazy coincidences. Yeah. 33, right there, just across. Some crazy people back then. Yeah. If they were going to pin you up on a cross like that, would you walk around flipping money changers tables over? I don't think I would. I guess he's just he was a better guy than me. He really made a difference, because 2,000 some years later, we still have money changers everywhere. He didn't do anything about those banking institutions, did he? In fact, the people that run the churches that tell you all about that guy, they take your money. They run right to the bank with that. Ain't that funny? Well, welcome. This is people will call me Zen, and I talk about things that are funny to me, that are curious to me, and I educate people about health, well-being, fasting, and other things. And you can always feel free to come to my Zoom classes that we'll be doing. And then we do Zoom events, and maybe we'll do one right after this. And you can come sit down with me right across from me. I got the computer right there. It's all set up, and you can talk to me in person. Holy shit! And for now, for a little while, it's all going to be free 99. You know what I'm saying? You can always donate to me, though. It's right beneath. Anything you need to know. Pretty sure that I'm a walking encyclopedia of knowledge. How dare you think that? Well, I do. Guitar, piano, brain entrainment, Luke. Yeah. Let's talk about that. Brain entrainment, and let's say binaural or isochronic, isochronic beats. And these are great. These are great. But here's what we need to really consider. Now, these are all gateways and portals that we're using within the sound. So they're all over the internet. And these are great. But some of them are frequencies to gateways or doorways. They're to, as you're falling asleep or meditating, that will take you to that specific place. And somebody might be trying to take you to a place that is in between. It says 528 hertz, but it's actually 535. How would you know? Yeah, not everybody on the internet is on the fucking up and up. Not everybody's out there like trying to take you to a nice, comfortable place. I've listened to tones going to bed in dream world, and holy shit, if I didn't go to some fucking crazy fucking places. But luckily, I've been out of body and pretty versed in the dream world, and but if you're entrained, you're in a meditative state, and you get entrained with that sound, you could get stuck in a place for a little while. That sound, oh man, if you don't know what you're doing, you get stuck in there in your sleep, and you're like incepted into a space that is not comfortable. These things happen. I've been there. It's awful. You wake up from a dream and you're like, holy fuck. I mean, the sounds will do that. So you have to be very careful with these things. And it's just because there are shitty people, man. And there are shitty people, and there are people more. Let me explain this. About 99% of people aren't really being shitty. They're not trying to. Some people just think they know what they're doing, or their computer program isn't functioning. That might not be correct. It might be off by a couple just a little bit, 440. Like they might think they're playing 432, but it's actually 427. That's dissonant, right? It could happen, and it does happen. So I think more often than not, people think they're doing something, but they're just like, oh, I can make binaural beats. Great, you're trying to hemisync. You're trying to balance it, and that's great. Hemisync and if you're doing it while awake in a meditation, and you're trying to balance the brain, those are great. And I like the old ones, especially the older ones that are really for fun, like the shave and haircut. You put the things on, and because it sounds like you're literally having your hair cut, and it's doing things like this. Those are really interesting. That's doing something. That's doing a lot for the brain. It's keeping you very entertaining and entraining you to balance your brain. But the ones that you're doing like in a deep meditation or maybe going to bed, they can oftentimes take you to a portal of a place, right? It could be a good one though. Some are really, really good, and you get out of body, lucid, and it's awesome. Other ones, they take you to like deep, dark realms. So I just remember this. I'm not saying to walk out there like, oh, holy shit, all of these are evil and scary. I'm saying, listen to it at first, and what's your first general feeling about the sound, and maybe that's not what you need. Some people don't. I mean, sometimes like, hey, I want to go to those realms. Well in a meditation, I don't want to be going to sleep in those realms. Like shit, wake up and like fucking demons everywhere. Like, hey, maybe you want to go battle and have a fun journey and swing some swords and wild out, man. I don't know. Some people like that shit. It's something to see. It's something that it's an experience, definitely. And you can get out and you just turn that sound off. It's very much Inception. Like that movie was not wrong with what's happening. They're using music, and they hear the music, and then shakes up the realm, and then they're dipped out the realm. It's like that. That's the octaves. Guitar, piano. What's up, my guy? Will not the fourth seasonal gamma breath be better? Certainly, the gamma breath will. Well, let's say it this way. The gamma breath will get you in a place of higher states of learning, awareness, and healing. You can do a lot within that breathing pattern and putting because that's organic. It's nothing outside of you influencing you. But as far as giving yourself just a portal, it's like there was actually you probably find them like frequencies that mimic mushrooms, that mimic LSD, that mimic being drunk, that mimic literally frequencies. They figured out what they are, and they play those frequencies and put you in that kind of state of mind. So these frequencies are much like a drug. It's a gateway. I don't mind them. I think they're great. It's just like any music. You go to a concert, it's gonna take you somewhere. Go listen to some happy hardcore. Go listen to trance. Trance is a good one. Go listen to trance music. You're putting you in a trance, quite literally, and you're in a space. And then you can go listen to all sorts of different frequencies. And oh shit, I gotta go get my coffee. Oh man, this is definitely gonna be a little darker and more burnt tasting. Um, but it's they're good in the sense they're taking you to space that you can get out of quicker. You know, once you turn the music off, you're good. You know, the brainwaves thing when you have a little more control with your brainwaves, but most people it's hard to how to say it again. It's just like a quick when you put the headphones on. It's like taking the pill that it just takes you there. Nothing really. Gotta. It will entrain your breathing pattern. It will get you to breathe right. If you know what the breathing patterns are and you use them together, you know, you'll be. That's very powerful. Very powerful. But yeah, I hear you about like the breath should be like all we really need is like I mean if you go out to nature, like think about it. A lot of these binaural beats they always have. Do you want sounds of the ocean or the birds and the trees and in the background because that's I mean well where do you meditate usually in nature or maybe in a cave silence echoes you just hear your own mind or like in your house in a dark room. Sometimes at a bus stop. Everybody has a different sound that takes them to places that makes them comfortable. Just like a smell, a certain smell will take you somewhere. I used to, a friend of mine loved the smell of a certain kind of cigarette. This is fucking nasty, like Marlboro something. I don't know. She didn't smoke really. She didn't smoke. She just liked the smell of it. I was like, that's fucking disgusting. And then she told me why. She's like, oh, my grandfather used to smoke those. And she had fond, vivid memories of him, and he had died. She liked him, the only person in her family that she liked. So she enjoyed the smell of that, the chemical-ridden, disgusting fit. So there's a trigger to any kind of smell. It could be as awful as you think, but it could bring a happy memory about, which is really weird. But, as nature would normally provide you, the smell of a stinking carcass of a dead body of an animal doesn't invoke wanting to dine and wonderful, magical things, but the smell of walking through a field of daisies and purple marigolds and purple flowers and the orange trees in the garden. And those smells will entice you and it'll be wonderful and pull up your consciousness. It's a higher frequency. But nonetheless, the point is, the frequencies of these foods, higher vibe foods, will bring you to those places. And usually it would work that way. But sometimes there's associations. And the same thing with sounds. You can hear, some people love like fucking death metal. Okay, with metal and death. Okay, I get it. And, under the right circumstances. But people would be listening to it in their car, just driving around. Like I'm like, dude, fucking calm down. Like, listen to some jazz. Listen to some, broaden your horizons, guy. It's like people listen to only one style of music. It's like, okay, listen. The only style of music that should be avoided at all costs is country music. Everybody knows this. Country music fucking sucks. Just sorry. I live in the South too. It fucking sucks. Country music, listening to people play bluegrass, oh, I'm down. There's a lot of really good country-esque music, but the shit on the radio, fucking gagged me, dude. Just fucking gagged me out and fucking just blow my brains out. That shit, ugh. So that's like, to me, it would be like Clockwork Orange type shit. I have to listen to that garbage all day. I mean, it's the only thing almost as bad is the kind of shitty, fake ass rap music. I mean, I like hip hop. I don't like rap music. You know what I'm saying? There's a big difference. It's like, spirituality versus religion. Yeah, it's two wildly different things. Just like hip hop is wildly different than rap music. With the shit on the radio, oh man, with the auto tuning of everything, oh fuck. I don't know what's worse. You put those two together. Oh, country and fucking auto tuned shitty rap on them. Oh, just thinking about it. See, oh, fuck, I'm melting. Oh, too stupid. One moment, I gotta put a little more sugar in here. Uno momento, por favor. Okay. So anybody that I'll open this room up if anybody wants to go over to this Zoom thingy. And try to, I don't know. It's different hours. I get different crowd of people because of where people live. Because I'm gonna steal Pitbull's tag, Mr. Worldwide. I'm motherfucking Mr. Worldwide. I got people from New Zealand to California to the East Coast to Ireland to the islands to South America. Yeah, I mean, you know, if you got a channel on the internet, you're worldwide anyway. So it's pretty funny. Pitbull. Remember when they sent his ass to Alaska? Because he's such a joke of a he's a punchline to a joke, right? And there was a contest. Hey, this is Pitbull. You know, I'm gonna go. I want to come to your city. And so everybody, you know, go in the comments and vote for, you know, put in where you want me, what city you. And so it was like, I think it was 4chan or Reddit or something. It was like, yo, everyone, let's fucking mob this shit, and everybody put in Anchorage, Alaska. And so it was like, it wasn't even a landslide. It was literally like millions of people like Anchorage, Alaska, and nowhere else like was really voted on. Like you know, a couple people come to my city, like Atlanta, whatever. I don't know. And funny enough, he was a good sport about it. He actually went there and did a concert. So that I was like, good for him, good on him. That's good. I like that. That made me have a little more respect. I never I listen to his. I don't listen to his music. I just know what it is. So I was like, oh, he was a good sport about it. Went to fucking Anchorage. So, anyways, yeah. I'll link up that Zoom right now. Here it is. I am on Zoom. The meeting room number is, and anyone is welcome to come. 874-0039-6273. There is no passcode to get in. Just the door is open. But as per usual, I will remind you people, I'm doing this for free for y'all right now. So if you come in here, you act a fool, I will verbally, I'm a tyrant when it comes to, so, and if I don't like you, I won't let you in. Yeah. I'm just saying, it doesn't happen. I've had one person that just annoyed the fuck out of me that I had to kick out of my room and wouldn't take a hint to not come back. So I just would say this again in hopes that the person will. I think the person might not even understand, like how many times I told them stop interrupting me when I'm talking. This is annoying. And then he would change his name and try to come back again. I was like, Jesus Christ, don't do that. It's not cool. Type the code. Full spectrum. I can't type it in. And I don't have the capacity to. I'm on my phone. I wish I could. Every time this shit happens, somebody else needs to type it in. Can somebody type this code in right there, so everybody can have it? I'll say it again. It's 874-0039-6273. I'll say it again. 874-0039-6273. That's the Zoom room number. Can somebody type that in there? It'd be really awesome if you can. And you can also come over to Zoom. Come in, I'll let you into the room. You sit in the waiting room. You sit in the waiting room until I allow you in. And you can see my cool. I don't know. Maybe I'll hang out with my alpacas today. Because it's so awesome. I have like I can put up a backdrop. I got like a screen behind me. It's not just this. It's all my alpacas. You can meet my alpaca friends. And you know what? And if you know, there's 5 of them, and they need somebody to take care of them, and they can all be named. So you can Ryan, Mr. Gamble. Hello there.
Gamble.
You better oh no, turn the YouTube off. I'm hearing the echo. I don't like the sound of my own voice. Ah! Ah! What's up, man?
You good, yeah?
Here, there's my alpacas. That's my family right here. That's my family right there.
Yeah. Good stuff, man. Good stuff.
Yes. What's up?
We got some of these over at the farm by us, man. I'm gonna take the little one.
You want one of these? You want to take care of one of them? Well, you gotta name them. Which one do you want?
one on the end, man, the darker looking one.
Oh, yep, they always choose him. This one. Oh, this one over here. Yeah, here he is,
Yeah,
right,
yeah.
right here. You got to name him. What's his name?
His name,
Yes.
Darky.
Darky. Darky. Okay, it's so be it. And it has been spoken. Yes. You know how when he's coming out of the Garden of Eden and he says, okay, now you have dominion over the land. I need you to name all of the creatures. It's like in the beginning, there when he names all the creatures, that gives him dominion and ownership. He says, Amen. Amen is name. So he names it, and it's like abracadabra. That's that thing. And so
Yeah, yeah.
there it is. So that's your guy. That's your guy right there now.
Good stuff, man.
Yeah.
G.
Yeah, man.
How's everything, man?
Rocking and rolling, man. Just doing this thing over here. You guys can come over here. So, you know what? If I don't seem like I'm talking to you guys, you can still listen. But if you come over here, I will talk to you. And the room number should be in there. So feel free to come through. Chilling, man. Just made myself some coffee.
Good stuff, bro. Good stuff. I was watching some of Seven's stuff, what I used to watch before, yeah? Because I'm trying to get into this cryptocurrency. There's a few little opportunities that have popped up, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
And it's mad because I used to just watch it and be like, fucking, something about this guy, I just want to watch it and that, you know, I didn't really know what he's on about, and when he's drunk, but a lot of it, like, intuitively, you know, there's one where it's mad because the one is talking about cryptocurrency, but he's not really talking about cryptocurrency until the end of it. He's like, I want to get you into this, yeah, but he's going on about, like, the different stages going from Iron Age to Bronze Age, and then he's going on about how the body's a talisman and all this kind of stuff. And I started to understand a lot more now, like what he's really saying. Like even where he's saying about like that money's going to be more of a just like something that people trust in now, rather the value of faith in what value you're bringing to the space, you know what I mean? So, yeah, I'm just looking into it because, like I said, man, there's something that I'm looking into, which a friend has brought to me, and if it's starts yielding some value, when we start getting our money together with this project, we can dip into it, you know what I mean?
For sure.
Yeah, because I was a bit, you know, like hesitant because of you thinking it's a big learning curve, yeah.
Yeah, it's an interesting one. I've been studying it for a long time, and I've been trying to put my finger on what exactly it is and how it functions. Like, what is it? Is it crypt? Is it death currency? Is it taking everybody and sucking them into the computer and not allowing for, humans to exist anymore? Or is it just another gateway to like ease a process into a new paradigm of how we interchange energy? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
A lot of people, everybody wants to go back to the good old times, the paper, and we gotta go back to the gold standard and all, and which I understand, but I'm like, are you all out here eating gold?
Yeah.
I mean, what is it really good for? War, what is it really good for? Like gold, what is it really good for? Maybe we just don't know, and that's why it's so expensive,
Well, I've always thought that as much as we're a bit hesitant to move towards the digital coins because we think, you know what, this means that Big Brother's going to see what I'm going with what I'm doing, and that I can't have no stash under the bed and all of that.
Yep.
Thing is, the paper thing is always based on like some dead fucking trees, isn't it?
Yeah.
And then some plastic, and because the notes are made of plastic now over here, yeah.
Yeah.
So it's always a symbol of like death, isn't it?
Yeah.
Right.
So
even though they demonize this one world digital currency thing,
I'm not. Yeah, and I'm right with you. I'm not against a one world thing at all. Just some of the aspects of it seem a little tyrannical and
well, for sure, bro. If it becomes centralized and manipulated by these, these unseen hands that have been doing things
Yeah.
for.
As long as somehow it becomes what they've been trying to do is make everything open source and everything. You are your own banking system. You are the bank. You are the energy. As long as you can access and people that would like to share with you, as long as it's on a one and I'm sharing with you. I don't want your greedy hands taxing me. I don't care about these motherfuckers. You know, the system's already been in place. They gotta they this is why that the whole taxing thing, that shit's gotta stop. Like these people,
Yeah,
but we don't. What do we owe them for? This system's in place. We done play. We put our work in. We look at. I'm good. Yo, I'm here. What up? I got my own energy. Well, I don't need. I don't need. What am I giving you? What am I giving you? I make $100. I gotta give them 35 for what? I'll take that. What? So you don't come over to my house and shoot me in the face and mob my whole fucking family? Like that's crazy talk. That's mafioso shit. That shit's got to stop because there's only a small number of them. You know what I'm saying? So the idea again is as long as this thing goes towards the digital currency is staying out of the hands of the few selected tax people and it's all open source and free interchange the way that you want to. That's perfect. You know, I just
I feel
been
like we've got to have our eyes on both kind of paradigms, in my opinion. I think trying to build something that can snowball into some wealth for us and ways of, like you say, being our own bank.
Yeah. Hey,
Also,
hey, hold one second. Let me tell these people. Hey, guys, if you want to come to this room, here's your last chance. Cause I'm gonna turn this off because I don't want this to go on and just listen to us talk. So come to this room if you want, and we'll chill and turn this into a broadcast. If not, I'm gonna start another broadcast in a little bit on here just to have you guys come over. Here's the room number one more time, and it is 874-0039-6273, and there it is. Come through. And have a beautiful day. Stay well, be weird, and all that shit. Bang, bang.